Welcome to Hatman Strikes Back Daily Boxing News. Bob Arum is reluctant to place Teofimo Lopez, Subriel Matias on pay-per-view. The fight has not yet been signed, but Arum says he expects it to happen. But he went on to express doubts that it will be on pay-per-view. He said, "I'm not so enamored with pay-per-view. So few people buy them now. We're losing so many buys with piracy. And until you get a grip on that, the numbers you're counting on are not the numbers they should be." Now, I don't know whether Lopez is on a guarantee with Top Rank. I would assume that he would be, but again, I'm not certain. If he is on a guarantee, I can't imagine it's cheap. And therefore, having him fight Matias on regular ESPN or ESPN Plus presumably would be contingent on Subriel Matias taking a relatively small purse. And maybe that's what the holdup is. Maybe that's why the fight has not yet been signed and officially announced yet, because they're offering Matias peanuts in order to accommodate Teofimo Lopez's substantial guarantee. I'm speculating here. I don't know this to be a fact, but I think it's reasonable speculation. You may have noticed that Lopez, over the past couple of months, has been running around calling out big-name fighters. And that potentially speaks to this notion that he has a pretty high guarantee. And by guarantee, I mean a minimum amount that he must be paid contractually per fight by Top Rank. So Lopez has been calling out people like Terence Crawford, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, so on and so forth. Big names. Perhaps because they are the only fighters who could deliver him his guarantee, and more obviously. Yes, his last fight was against Steve Claggett, but again, presumably Claggett was on a very small purse. Matias, I have to imagine, would want substantially more than Claggett. He is, after all, a former world champion. Now, with all that aside, if this fight does take place between Lopez and Matias, then I'm going to say what I was saying prior to Matias losing his world title to Liam Parrow, which is that, in my view, Matias is made to order for Teofimo Lopez. We've seen Lopez have issues with movers in the past, particularly southpaw movers, whereas Matias is a guy who's going to stand right there in front of you. He's not going to move anywhere. He's relatively crude. He's easy to hit. I think Teofimo Lopez would light him up like a Christmas tree. I'm not saying he would necessarily stop him, but I think he would comprehensively outbox this guy. Again, was saying it when Matias was still a belt holder. Now, that's not to say I hate the fight. It might be somewhat entertaining with Matias trying to walk Lopez down and drag him into a dogfight. But ultimately, I only see this fight going one way. But what say you? Do you think this fight will happen? If it does, how do you see it playing out? Do you give Matias a better chance than I do? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And by the way, if you'd like to hear a free 10-minute sample of my most recent topical podcast on Patreon, there's a link that you can click in the description below. The episode is about how to get over a breakup as a man. I've gotten great feedback on the episode. Several people who left comments on it seem to indicate that they're going through a difficult breakup right now. I'm an older guy in my mid-40s, been there, seen it, done it, bought the t-shirt 10 times over. So I like to be able to share the knowledge I've acquired over the years with younger men in the hope that it can help and assist them. So like I say, to listen to the free 10-minute sample, you don't have to sign up for anything. Just click the link in the description box below. And if you like what you hear and you want access to the full episode and all my other topical content on Patreon, then just follow the instructions in this trailer. Are you surrounded by mindless bots in human form who adhere to the norm and blindly conform? Who swallow all the mainstream BS and actually ridicule you for questioning things? Do you wish you had more free-thinking individuals in your life to network and converse with? Well, look no further. We're right here. Come and join the Brotherhood of Reason on Patreon. You'll gain access to my weekly topical content where we take deep dives on an endless variety of subjects, as well as my vast back catalogue of podcasts, videos, interviews, movie decodings, and my Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You'll also get to talk and network with myself and hundreds of other people in our members chat. You can enjoy all this via the Patreon app or on desktop and download all my podcasts in high-quality MP3. There's no contract, no commitment. You can cancel at any time, just like Netflix, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper. Just download the app from the Play Store or the App Store, or simply visit patreon.com on a web browser. Then head on over to my page and select the tier called the Brotherhood of Reason. All the links are in the description box below. And just a quick money-saving tip for Apple users. If you purchase your Patreon subscription on the desktop site or on Android, then you'll avoid the ridiculous 30% fee that Apple charges for purchases made on the iOS app. So if you're on iPhone or iPad, save yourself some money by buying your subscription on the actual Patreon website or on Android because it's a lot cheaper. Once you've made that initial purchase, you can then use the Patreon app on your iPhone or iPad thereafter to access and enjoy your content as normal.